Hey, welcome to the Leadership Collective. Gary Reineke with my co-host, Micah Dodson from Thrive Church Planting. Great to have you here, Micah.
Great to be a part of this with you, Gary.
Let me explain the Leadership Collective real quick in a picture. You notice the starfish. The starfish is unique because when you remove the limb of a starfish, either voluntarily or involuntarily, that limb has the capacity to grow an entire complete starfish and reproduce itself. The focus of the Leadership Collectives is to start more and better churches, make more and better disciples, and develop more and better leaders. We're all about reproduction and multiplication. Let me give you an idea of what we do in the Leadership Collective. There's two environments that we deliver content through, a retreat and a webinar. And then that's supported with a triad. Michael, why don't you unpack those three environments real quick?
Yeah, absolutely. So we kick things off with an in-person retreat where you get to collaborate and kind of cross-pollinate with other leaders that are walking through, taking time to really work on the church and their philosophy of disciple making in the process that could lead to multiplication. And then we have these webinar training inputs that are a couple hours, and each of them just continue to build on the concepts that we have introduced in the inaugural retreat. Throughout the process, you get input from a coach who's walking you through your processes that you're developing. And you'll be coached in a triad. So there will be another leader and then the coach that will walk you through this, which I've just found that it's such a rich environment as leaders are sharing side by side and learning from each other, praying for each other, and growing through the process. And that's what we want to invite you into, is this year-long process that will in particular be focused on missional discipleship. And when we think about missional discipleship, what we're talking about there is disciple making that starts with a person who doesn't yet know Jesus. Or another way to say that is disciple making that starts in the harvest. How are we looking for the next person who's going to become a follower of Jesus and engaging them in relationship? And we're not going to give you a prescribed model or any kind of silver bullet. We want to help you develop the model that fits for you. Gary, you often say there's no one size that fits all. Tell us a little bit more about that.
Yeah, we believe that through the work of the Holy Spirit and the support and encouragement of your peers, you're going to find a disciple-making process that works uniquely for your context. We'll provide a framework, what are the best practices to make more and better disciples, but it's really what you come up with during your reflection times through the triads and your own personal reflection that will help you identify where the gaps might be and places where you can shore up your disciple-making process.
Yeah, so we want to invite you into this process. It's a unique opportunity right now, as so many of us in the church are trying to innovate and find how do we exist as the church. And this gives you both a retreat context, training inputs, and the coaching experience to help you navigate how you as the church are going to make disciples, more and better disciples, disciples that are making disciples, a continuous multiplication process through that. So if you'd like more information, you can click on the link below as well. Gary's got an opportunity for us to find more information through kind of an invite-only network. Tell us about that, Gary.
Yeah, what we wanted to do is allow participants or prospective participants the chance to get to know each other before we hit the live event. So we created a by invitation only network. And like Micah said, you can click on the link below and we'll give you permission to enter network. And then we'll see the other participants or prospective participants, and we'll take the next couple of weeks in order to ramp up the trust within the Leadership Collective before we actually get going.
I love it. Thanks so much for joining us, and we'd love to just continue the conversation about the Leadership Collective with you.